Hello and welcome for more of my thoughts from Town. Bruce here again, as always. Um, for the bulk of my college career, I, engaged minimally in acting, even though I was a theater major. They never really knew I was there because I was off campus. I didn't live on campus, so it wasn't like you could find me in a dorm and, say, come over here and, paint this set or, do whatever. So I kind of just floated in and out of classes and did what I wanted to do. And the very first semester when I took Acting 101, the class was an odd number. And of course, they wanted to break it up so everybody had a final scene, two people. And I said, well, I'd be happy to do a one man thing. That's okay. And the teacher agreed. So I went off. And at the time, the movie Lenny, starring Dustin Hoffman, was out. And I really liked the movie. So I took my cassette recorder down to the local cinema pub house that was playing the movie. And I recorded the soundtrack of the movie. I went home, transcribed all of the scenes that were, out of the nightclub where he was doing a, stand-up act. Kind of rearranged them a little bit so they made a little better time flow. And that became my one-man show, Lenny. And I rehearsed the heck out of it, memorized the heck out of it. I basically just mimicked Dustin Hoffman's, characterization of the voice and the dialect and everything, because why do it? Or why try to create something that's already been created? So I just went that route. And, of course, my emotional ebbs and flows might have been a little different, but they were essentially the same as they were in the film because, the dialogue pretty much, drove it. Sorry about the coughing, as usual. So, when I did the performance, I did it in the main stage at the school. I had a follow spot since it was like a nightclub. I had my little Fender amplifier with a microphone as my sound source. So you had that, nightclubby sound. I had a stool with Life magazine, some other legal documents, books, that sort of stuff. I came out with an old beat up plaid robe, boxer underwear, Converse high top tennis shoes with no laces, and carrying a 4-pack of beer. And my brother ran the follow spot for me, and at the end of the piece, a policeman ends up accosting me, arresting me, and hauling me out. And my brother did that. So when it came time to do the performance, I did it. And I will say that I was in the zone. Absolutely 100% in the zone. I mean, I got so deep into that character and that moment of that piece that you couldn't have ripped me out of it. It was there. And by the time, the piece, and I'm drinking the beers, as we go, which I'm sure didn't, distract from me getting deeper and deeper into it, and by the end, when my brother comes up to drag me out, I mean, tears are streaming down my face. I'm yelling, I'm screaming. I mean, it was very real to me. And I understood at that moment what actors, what actors mean, by getting into your character, by being in character. I mean, I was in character in that thing. It was an incredible feeling, an incredible sensation. It was, I assume it's like anything else, if you're playing a game of pool, and you're just in the groove, you can't miss a shot, bang, bang, bang. It's like that. You know, just awesome. So of course I come back, everybody goes to review it. Everybody is just like, "Oh my gosh, that was the best thing we've seen so far. Absolutely fantastic. You were awesome." Blah 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 blah. A. So, there you go. You know, kudos right out of the gate. Couldn't miss it. Absolutely fabulous. So I thought, that was pretty cool. I dug that and everything. And everybody went away for the summer, and I didn't think much of it. And then I'm so well, but before but it would come back up because uh, the next year they would always at the beginning of the year they would do a welcome thing for the new theater majors where people would do scenes for them, the other higher up, you know, sophomores, juniors, seniors, whatever. And the next year, I was asked to do Lenny as part of that. And I really took that as a great compliment that I would be asked to do that. And surprisingly, I was asked to do that for the next 2 years as well, you know. So there wasn't a year went by that I didn't do at least all or part of Lenny in some capacity for the theater department, which I thought, I take great pride in. The last thing I'll say about the Lenny piece is that I decided at one point, a year later, that I wanted to just do it at the student union just to see what would happen. So I did. And, I'm there and, everybody's after a basketball game or whatever it was, So everybody's doing other things, and there's a part in there where Lenny makes the statement that I won't say here, to keep within YouTube's rules. But he says, "Are there any in here?" And I said it, nice and loud. And the minute I did, the whole room went dead silent. Absolutely dead silent. And everybody turned to me. And then I went on with the piece. Are there any of this? Are there any of that? Are there any of this? Are there any of that? These are all just words. Blah, blah, blah. Went on. And I think I might have captured a couple of people who stayed with me through the end of the piece. Everybody else, drifted off one by one, group by group, back into their partying and whatever, and forgot about me. But, dropping that N-word bomb in that room and seeing the reaction was something, I tell you. Because at that point in time, Rollins was not that diverse of a school. So it was a very interesting experience. So that was Lenny. It was something I still to this day am very happy that I did and very proud of. But I'll tell you, I don't have the script anymore. I don't know what happened to it. And I don't remember a word of it, hardly. I certainly couldn't do it on stage if anybody asked me to. There's just no way. I remember little bits and pieces, but that's it. So, but when I did it, it was special. And I cherish that memory as an experience that I will always have as to what it really means to get in the zone as an actor and really deliver a part. So, all right. Peace, everybody. Hang 10. See you next time.